What's up, Salil? So good to see you. Good morning. Happy Monday. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up, JT? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Miss K's in the building. What's up, Miss K? What's up, Jalen? Kim's in the building. What's up, Kim? Coco, what's going on? Happy Monday to you all. Happy Monday to you all. What's up, Nat? So good to see you. He is in the building. Valerie's in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's the latest and the greatest? What's the latest and the greatest? So good to see you all. Mariah, what's going on? So good to see you all. So good to see you all. What's up, Cassette? Somebody asked a question. JT, what was that question again? I'm sorry. It's going by so fast I can't see it. Do me a favor, you guys, and share the live kid stories if you haven't already done so. Honey man, what's going on? Oh, okay. What's the word of the day? I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Divine, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Do me a favor and share the live kid stories real quick, you guys, if you haven't been already done so. If you haven't already done so, what's up, LG? Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. If you guys could share the live. What's up, nephew? So good to see you. Durango. Miss T is in the building. Let's go. What's up, Ellie? What's up, Gina? What's going on? What's going on? Mindset Master Family Saturday, my brother. What's going on? I got you. I got you. You said feed my soul. I got you. I promise I got you. What's up, Moni? So good to see you, beloved. Do me a favor real quick, you guys. Share the live kid stories. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out to the world. What's up, Queen? So good to see you, beloved. So good to see you all. Bobby Chris is in the building. Let's go. Beauty Pete, I see you. Nisha's in the building. Cash is in the building. Again, you guys, do me a favor and share the live to your stories real quick if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the medicine out. Let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. No, I haven't as of yet, Divine. I've been, my mornings are so tight, but I got you on the other side of the live. I got you. But I haven't had an opportunity to check anything out as of yet. Better than before. Red's in the building. What's up, Red? It's so good to see you, beloved. Let me see. Silver CEO is in the building. Turning Heads is in the building. So good to see you guys. Mindset Masters family is in the building. Good morning, beloved. Good morning, Spartan's in the building. What's up, Spartan? What's up, Ann? So good to see you. Tell Sky I said, what's up? Sky, if you're watching, what's up? You said you're on your way to work? Okay. Yeah, toot that horn 2 times for me real quick. Just give me 2 little taps, two little light little taps. Miss Lisa, what's going on? All right, let's get busy, getting busy. We got a lot of ground to cover. So yeah, Seth, it's so good to see you as well. Mondays are my favorite days because we get back to work. You know, we get back to growing and back to building and back to transforming and evolving. So, you know, Mondays are always, for me, Mondays are like my Fridays now. It really is. I took the day of the week that most people dread and turned it into my favorite day of the week. Friday is what Monday would be for the average person to me. You know, because Friday means we're at the end of growing. You know what I mean? Not literally, but just as a community and as a family. So that's why that's so important to me. So when Monday come around, Monday's like Friday. Monday's like Friday. Real quick, you guys, before we dive into this live, if this is your first time on a live stream with me, do me a favor and type me in the comments. If this is your very first time being on a live stream with me, please type me in the comments real quick if you would, just so that I can see how many new people. There's going to be thousands of people that come in and out of this room today. So I want to make sure that I see, okay, a couple people. Got it. Danelle, so good to see you, beloved. Let me see. Got it. Real quick, just a quick intro. What's up, Tara? So good to see you, beloved. What's up, nephew? So good to see you, beloved. The second time, Benny. Okay, I got you. Real quick, for anyone that's new to the platform, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, mindset mastery, emotional intelligence, relationship mastery, helping my students, helping my clients all over the world to become the most powerful versions of themselves. I've been the secret weapon for a lot of people for a very long time. People that you've seen in movies, people that you've watched in Super Bowls, people that you've seen in some of the biggest fighting and boxing events globally. I've been a secret weapon for a lot of those people for a long time. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? The book is available on Amazon. The book is a bestseller. The book is my gift to the world. We were all created to leave something. Something that doesn't necessarily, big homie, so good to see you. Something that doesn't necessarily benefit you, but something that would benefit all of the people that are coming after you, and even the people that whose lives you'll never come in contact with. That's what it's all about. And to qualify that so that you understand, that's why your life is amazing. Your life isn't amazing because you made it that way. Your life is amazing because all of the contributions from some of God's most precious children, all of the contributions from some of God's children are what puts you in a position to be what you are right now. For example, your clothes, you didn't have to design them. Your house, you didn't have to build it. The supermarkets where you shop and the malls where you shop, you didn't have to build them. The car that you drive, you didn't have to create it. The nail salons and the hair salons and everywhere you go, you didn't have to do any of those things. Wherever you've gone to school, whether you've gone to some university or you just went to high school, right? You didn't have to create any of that. All of the books that you've read throughout the course of your life, you didn't have to write them. The courses that you've taken, you didn't have to create any of that. Everything here is positioned for you to excel. It's positioned for you to succeed. And the day that you realize that, the day that you really realize utilization and apparatus, those should be two words that you never forget: utilization and apparatus. The way God designed this planet, it's a utilization apparatus mindset. Meaning, what does utilization mean? Utilization means just to make use of. And apparatus means an instrument. So the way that He created everything is an instrument for you. And it's an instrument for you so that you can become a more powerful version of yourself. People are certain instruments for you. Circumstances are instruments for you. Your problems are instruments for you. Your pain is an instrument for you. Your story is probably the best instrument for you. Everything you've experienced leading up to this moment, all instruments. Just like a hammer is an instrument for you. Your car is an instrument for you. Your place of employment is an instrument for you because it helps you to do certain things. The TV in your home is an instrument for you because it brings you entertainment. Everything is an instrument for you. Your job is to know when the relationship with that particular instrument has expired. That's why we suffer. Your job, you got one job, to know what instrument do I need to add to my life because I'm stuck? What instrument do I need to add to my life so that I can grow? Because all the instruments are here. Think about what I'm saying to you. Everything you need right now to become the most powerful version of yourself is already here. Nobody has to go out and create it. So if you're broke right now, you're not broke right now because of a lack of instruments. If you're broke right now, you're broke right now because you don't have determination. Because you don't have a burning desire to become something greater than you are in this moment. Because you procrastinate too much. Because you invest more in your excuses than you do in your potential. That's why you're stuck. You got all of these instruments. Everything around you right now is an instrument. Your job is to make use of the instrument utilization apparatus. So when you make use of the instrument, it will take your life to a level that you're not currently operating from right now. Every person in your life is an instrument. I'm an instrument for you right now. What do you think I'm doing? You utilize me so that I can help you get to a different level mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I'm honored that I'm an instrument. I don't want to be used. I want to be useful. That's how you become the most powerful version of yourself. You've got people that are going to come in your life and only want to use you. Why do they want to use you? Because they're operating from lower mind. Because they haven't discovered who they are. So they only are looking to use you. When you get transformed into the most powerful version of yourself, like God did with me, then you become an instrument for every single person you come in contact with. And then you no longer get played. You no longer get manipulated. You don't get taken advantage of because you understand why that person is coming to you. Which means that I'm not only the chessboard, I'm the chess pieces, and I'm the chess master all at the same time. I understand the value that I bring to your life, and I understand what value I remove when I detach myself from your life. I understand my value. See, we get played in relationships because we don't understand our value. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's why we get played. We get played because we give people too much access to us, and we don't understand our value. When people gain too much access to you, they will start to neglect you. They will start to take advantage of you. They will no longer place the value on you that they once did in the beginning because that person that stepped into your life at some point in time used to place 5-star respect on you, 5-star appreciation, 5-star everything. And then at some point in time, those stars start dropping off. We go from 5-star to 4-star to 3-star to no stars. And that's when the relationship becomes toxic. Some of you guys are in a relationship, right? And ain't no stars in the relationship. Started out 5-star. It was all this love and high level communication and hugging and kissing and intimacy going on and romance and flowers and candy. How did we get from 5 stars to no stars? Help me do the math. Where were you? Is my question to you. See, that's the most important thing to me. See, this is why I also teach BDM. What is BDM? $1 billion mentality. Because your mentality creates your reality. Your mindset is what builds your life, not your level of education. Trust me, go ask Michael Jordan. He became the most powerful and the most badass basketball player in the world because of his mindset. Everybody could dribble. You know how to dribble. But it's the mindset you put behind what you're doing. Yeah, the education is important, but it's only a part of it. It's the mindset that goes with that education that's going to transform you. Let me qualify that in case you're struggling with it. You don't need an education when you have mindset. Because when you got determination, when you've got drive, when you have a burning desire to become something greater than you are, can't nobody stop you. See, education has nothing to do with that building that you sat in and let that professor speak to you. That's not education. Education is knowing when and where to go to get the information you need when you need it, period. That's what education is. I know where to go. I know who to talk to go get what I need when I need it. That's what an education is, because you got people walking around with PhDs right now, broke. You got people walking around with MBAs right now, living check to check. So what should that tell you? They don't have that drive. They don't have that dog in them. And that inner lion has to come out. So you got to understand that. So your education is what, that's why so many people stuck, because you just relying on your education. You're relying on what somebody taught you. No, mindset is everything, baby. Mindset is everything. You ain't got to have all the PhDs and all of those degrees. When you got mindset, when you set your mind on I'm not going to see, let me tell you the most powerful decision you ever make in your life. Most powerful decision you will ever make in your life. I'm not staying here. That's the most powerful decision you can ever make. I'm not staying here. Now, I don't know where the hell I'm going, but what I know for sure is I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to settle for this life just because this is the life you want. I'm not going to settle for what you're giving me just because this is what you're used to. I'm not going to settle for, I'm not settling. And when your mindset is that, oh, they can't stop you. When that's your mindset, they can't guard you. They can't teach that where they handing out the PhDs. They can't teach that when they handing out that. That's mindset, baby. You either born with it or you're not. Ambition is something that you cannot teach. They cannot teach ambition. You can take us to the bottom of the ocean right now. I don't give a damn who's down there. We finna run everything down there. We can go to the moon right now. I don't know who's on top of the moon, but when we get there, we gonna run shit. Wherever I go, I'm dominating the environment. That's my mindset. I don't give a damn who's there. When I walk in the room, I'm the baddest thing in the room, period. Period. That's the energy I bring. That's the energy I carry. Do I need you to believe in that? No, I need you to believe in you. So that way, when we walking shoulder to shoulder, we both walking in there badass. Don't borrow my belief. I need you to carry your own. That's the only thing I need you to believe in. I don't need you to believe in me. I need you to believe in you. So that way, when we come together, we become something powerful. Because I feel like I'm the greatest thing that God has ever created, and you should feel that way about yourself as well. And then carry yourself with that energy. Don't just say it. See, that's the problem. We say it. Yeah, I'm the baddest thing walking, but you don't believe it. And that's why you won't. So it doesn't matter how many affirmations you say. Doesn't matter what you stand in the mirror and repeat to you because you didn't listen to somebody in some video. What's important is what is the relationship you have with yourself. That determines where you're going in life. People will tell you all day long, oh, sky is the limit. Sky ain't never been the limit. Your level of belief in yourself is your limit. Your level of self-love is your limit. Your level of self-respect is your limit. How much you rock with you is your limit. What you accept or tolerate from other people is your limit. That's your limit, not the sky. Which means that the only enemy in your life is called Y-O-U. That's who you got to go to war with. Go to war with who you see standing in the mirror every day. Not that coworker at your job, not the people that hate on you on social media, all that energy that you put into that, because all those things are only a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. Period. That's who you go to war with every single day. And do not stop until you win that battle. Stop focusing on what's happening outside of you. That's not the problem. Everything that's happening outside of you is a reflection of what's happening inside of you. That's the problem. Focus on where the problem is. People aren't worth your time. The day you realize that, you're gonna understand. You came here to impact people, not to be impacted by them. You came here to lead people, not to follow them. You got to wake up, man. God didn't create you to, he created you to follow him. And then after you understand what it takes to follow him and to be a reflection of him, then you start leading other people. But you don't lead them anywhere. You lead them back to themselves. See, that's what it was all about. I don't lead my students anywhere. I just lead them back to themselves. They can't follow me because I can't take them anywhere. I lead them back to themselves. The only place they need to be, most powerful place in the world. It's the day you discover what you are. It's the day you discover who you are. It's the day you discover how powerful you are. You're going to be the coldest thing moving. I'm telling you now. You won't chase another person. I wish I would chase people. Chase you where? Where you going to take me that I can't take myself? God took the time. He took the time. He took the time. He took the time. Listen to what I'm saying to you. God took the time to create you specifically. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? He took the time to create you specifically. The evidence of that is the fact you're standing here listening to me. You can't be here without that. He took the time to create you specifically, not so that you could be disrespected, not so that you could walk on eggshells, not that you so that you could wear some mask and be some other version of yourself other than the. If he wanted you to wear a mask, he would have created you with one. He created you to be the light. He created you to be a reflection or an extension of him. The same way when you have kids. What are your kids? They're an extension of you. They're a reflection of you. Whatever you pouring into them is what they're going to end up being a reflection of. That's going to be what they end up being. They're going to be a reflection of whatever you put in them. You put the best in them, they're going to grow up and be the best. You put the worst in them, they're going to grow up and be the worst. So he put the best in you. $1 billion question is, have you unlocked it? That gift that he put in you, have you unwrapped it? That's the only thing that matters. Are you operating out of your purpose? Or are you operating out of your pain? Do me a favor, you guys, share the live to your stories real quick. Do me a favor, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Monica, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. I didn't even see you come in. You know, it's you know, we you know, we become a society where we value money and use people versus valuing people and use money. The system is upside down. We place all of the value on money and then we use the people. When God created you to value the people and use the money, we got it all twisted. We got it so twisted, man. Tavares, so good to see you, family. It's mind blowing to me. Love people and use money, not love money and use people. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Do me a favor one more time, real quick. Share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we get the medicine out. Let's dive into this live. Let's dive into this live. You should talk about manifesting. To be honest with you, beloved, there's nothing to talk about. You know, and I think that's the problem. Too many people are talking about manifestation when you don't understand you're already a master at manifesting things. You are a master at manifesting things. Nobody can teach you what you already are. People can only teach you what you are not. But what they can't do is teach you what you already are. You are look at everything in your life. You've been manifesting things your entire life. Now, you may not have the life that you want right now. And there's a reason why you don't have the life that you want right now. And I'm getting ready to get into that. But the point not to be missed is simple. You're already a master at it. When I say master, I'm talking about master. Master on a level that you can't experience anything without you manifesting it. Everything that you've ever had leading up to this moment, you've manifested it. All of it. So what can someone teach you? See, the only thing that a person can teach you are the beliefs that you may be holding that are keeping you from becoming your most powerful self. That's the only thing that a person can really help you with. That's real help. Right? That's real help. Real help is me challenging the beliefs that are holding you back right now. That's real help. Because you may be hanging on to some beliefs that's stopping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Chances are that's the problem. It's not manifestation. So we don't have a manifestation issue. We have a I'm holding on to a certain belief issue. I'm telling myself a certain story issue that's keeping me out of alignment with my highest and best self. That's the problem. Once we remove that story that you keep telling yourself that I'm broken, I need to heal, I'm not lovable, I need to change my past, I'm not where I want to be. All of these stories that we tell us, that the character that's the second problem is the character that you have. I'll get into that in a second. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But my point is that you're already a master manifester. Master. You don't need to read another book on manifestation. Don't waste your time. You need to understand what's keeping you operating at a lower vibrational frequency. That's important. Or do you have akrasia in your life? That's important. Do you procrastinate too much? That's important. Are you turning every should into a must? That's important. Are your choices and decisions aligning? That's important. Because that's the problem. You got nothing to do with manifestation. The average person, your choices and your decisions don't align. You don't turn every should into a must. Right? You got akrasia in your life. Akrasia is one of the most, akrasia, I can make the argument, I can make a strong case right now that akrasia might be the biggest reason why most people never become the most powerful version of themselves. It just might be. It just might be. Because akrasia is 1,000 times more powerful than procrastination. You think procrastination is the ceiling. No, procrastination is not is the basement of akrasia. Akrasia might just be. It just might be. Oh, you don't know what that means? Let me tell you what akrasia means, and then let's get into this live. So akrasia is, so you've got procrastination and then you've got akrasia. Okay, we get that. Procrastination simply means that there's things that you're supposed to be doing, but maybe you sat down on the couch and you got caught up on some Netflix series, or you grabbed your phone and you started scrolling on social media and you got caught up watching a bunch of videos and you didn't do whatever it is you were supposed to do. That's procrastination, right? There were things that you were supposed to do, you just didn't get around to it. That's procrastination. We understand that. Boom, let's put that over here. Akrasia is something different, because akrasia means that you were supposed to do that thing. And akrasia means that you also know that the thing that you were supposed to do was going to add significant value to you, and you still didn't do it. You knew that if you took care of this thing, that it would add significant value to your life, and you still didn't do it. Let me give you an example of akrasia. We all know that going to the gym and working out consistently is the best thing for your body. That's what you know, but you don't do it. That's akrasia. We all know that going back to school and furthering our education could impact the quality of our lives, but we don't do it. We all know that there are master classes and master courses all over social media right now with people trying to help you get to the next level in life, but you scroll right past that. That's akrasia. Akrasia is when you know the thing that you're supposed to do, and you know the thing that you're supposed to do is going to add significant value to your life, and you still don't do it. You still don't do it. That's akrasia. You're not struggling from procrastination because that's not what's ruining your life. Akrasia is what's ruining your life. You sitting there knowing you got that book sitting on your nightstand and you ain't touched it in months. That's akrasia. When you know the information in that book, you need to have it deposited in your mind, and you're still not doing it. You got a whole bookshelf full of books at home. All of those books can probably transform your life, transform you into something different, and you don't do it. You sitting here telling yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna start coaching, and I want to be a coach, or I'm gonna go and shoot content, or I'm gonna go and start doing lives." All of these things like that, and then you still don't do it, even though you know doing that is gonna transform your life and take your life to the next level. And you're not doing it. That's akrasia. Akrasia is a major thinking error because what it does is that it keeps you from becoming your best and most powerful self. How you gonna become powerful? You got all this akrasia in your life. So you the problem. Bottom line, procrastination is one thing, and don't get me wrong, procrastination by itself is bad. Akrasia is a whole different animal. So if you're not where you want to be in life, take a look at akrasia. You need to put that word. You need to get some Post-its and put that on your refrigerator. Put that on your bathroom mirror. Put that as a screensaver on your phone, and you need to be looking at that word every single day until you become the person that you want to be. Let me tell you the most powerful information I told my son, and this is how he became rich. The most powerful information I told my son is this: don't date anyone until you become rich. Won't you try that out? Don't date a single person. I'm not talking, if you're in a relationship right now, you're in a relationship. Don't date another person until you become rich. It's what I told him, and it transformed his whole life. I said, well, let me tell you why. Because you're running around here chasing people, all of that time and energy that you're spending, chasing this person and chasing that person, and going out on this date, all distractions. You ain't gonna never become powerful that way. And every person that you want to date will still be there once you get to the top of your mountain. But the moment that you add this person to your life, you're never going to become powerful that way because they're going to take all of your energy. All that energy that you need to become rich, they're going to get. All of that focus and attention that you need to become successful, they're going to get. All that time, everything that you're going to need to become the most powerful version of yourself, you're getting ready to deposit it into this person. And what's worse is once you deposit it into the person might take off a week later. 6 months later, a year later, what you gonna do then? You're gonna go right back and think you need to go get another person, which means you ain't gonna never become powerful. Get rich first. And then everybody you add to your life, you can enjoy that person. Y'all can fly all over the world and do whatever it is you want to do, but you won't be rich and chase people at the same time. It doesn't work that way. Trust me, I've tried it a million times. You will never become rich while chasing people. But if you chase your success, people will chase you. You can't do both at the same time, beloved. And some of you guys, that's why you stuck. You trying to find a man and find wealth at the same time. That's your problem. Pick one. You want a man or you want to become successful? Which one you want? Because you can't do both. But once you become successful, you can then be picky about which man you get. I can be selective now. Because ain't nothing you can add to my life but joy, fun, and excitement. That's it. That's all. So have a seat. That's the only thing you're going to be to add to my life. But if I'm chasing this person, you're going to put that person in your life. And then what is that person going to need? That person's going to need time. They're going to need energy. They're going to need your attention. They're going to need your focus. They're going to need all of that. Okay, well, what does success need? Your time, your energy, your attention, and your focus. So which one you going to give it to? You can't give it to both. And I'm not telling you that being in a relationship was a bad thing. I'm saying if you want a relationship, pursue the relationship. If you want to be successful, pursue being successful. Stop chasing two rabbits. Because when you chase two rabbits, you're going to end up with no rabbits at all. No rabbits. And then you leverage that. You leverage the fact that you want your dream partner, your dream wife, your dream husband. You leverage that. You leverage that and you transmute that energy because that becomes your fuel. Like, I want somebody for me, but damn, I want somebody once I'm able to actually provide a life for that person. What's the point in me adding somebody to my life and I'm still struggling? What's the point you adding somebody to your life and you broke? You trying to jumpstart your life and help get them jumpstarted at the same time. This is why relationships fall apart. No, focus on becoming successful first if that's what you want for your life. Or focus on having a relationship if that's what you want for your life. But don't chase two rabbits at the same time because both require too much. I'm just giving you some life advice right now. You don't have to take it. Keep moving how you've been moving if it's working for you. Too many ideas is a bad idea. I'm just telling you that now. I'm telling you, if you set your mindset to I'm not dating another person until where I am, where I want to be financially, you're gonna become that thing. Because now all of that energy that you would have given your partner, all of that focus, all of that attention, all of that arguing back and forth, all of that's gonna go into your business. All of that's going to go into you becoming the most powerful version of yourself. All of that's going to go into that. And this is going to blow up quick. And this is never going to walk away from you. This might walk away from you. That person might walk away at any time. But whatever you build, that's going to be here as long as you're here. Now I can be picky. See, you got probably 9 out of 10 people right now are in a relationship that they really don't want to be in that relationship, but they're not financially in a position to walk away from the relationship. So they have to stay in the relationship, or they're afraid. They're afraid that I can't make it on my own. I can't go out and build this, replicate this life. So I have to sit here and tolerate things that I don't want to tolerate because I'm not financially free enough to walk away. I can guarantee you 8 out of 10 people on this live right now is in that position. Where you don't want to be in the relationship anymore, but you can't walk away at the same time. And 9 times out of 10, you can't walk away because you're not financially in a position to walk away. So you put up with things that you wouldn't have to put up with if this was a formula that you had implemented in your life. Telling you. I ain't dating nothing until I get to where I want to be, period. Because whatever I date is going to require energy, it's going to require focus, it's going to require attention, it's going to require the best of me. Well, damn, my business requires that too. Which one am I going to give it to? I'm going to give it to the thing that's going to transform my life, or I'm going to give it to somebody that might walk out of my life. Make a choice. Make a choice. I'm not here to put my thumb on the scale with respect to why you should do one or the other. My job is to make you think. And if I make you think, then I did my job. But just think about what I'm saying to you. Both of them require the best of you. That business is going to require the best of you. And you got to understand this. If you've never started a successful business before, let me tell you something that you don't know. That business is greedy. It wants all of your thoughts. Deborah, you better let them know. It wants all of your thoughts. You better ask the Silver CEO. It wants all of your thoughts. It wants your attention. It wants your time. It wants your energy. It wants your focus. It wants everything from you. If you have never started a successful anything in life, then you don't even understand what I'm saying. It wants way more from you than that person does. It wants everything from you. And when you are able to put everything into it, it's going to give you the life you want. See, that business is like a baby, right? In the beginning, you got to take care of it. But if you handle your business and you do your job, it's going to turn around and take care of you. And the same thing applies to that person. That person needs everything that business needs. That person wants the same thing. But the difference with the person is that I can't control what you do. I got full control over here. I don't have no control over here. So at any point in time, that person can just decide when I'm out. I'm out. Now you didn't leverage your credit. You didn't co-sign for this. You didn't loan them that. You didn't pump all of this time and energy into a situation where you never had control to begin with. Control was only illusion. You never had control. Control was just a story you was telling yourself. You had no control. Now you're starting back at zero again. And trust me when I tell you this, starting a business isn't easy. I could make the argument it's one of the most difficult things in the world, but it's not difficult when you are persistent. It's not difficult when you are focused. It's not difficult when you are driven. It's not difficult when you're not walking around with plan Bs. I don't do plan Bs. Get all them plan Bs out your life. That's another reason why we don't become the most powerful person ourselves. We walk around with too many plan Bs. Well, if this don't work, I can always go back to my job. If this doesn't work, I can always do. Man, you get all that thinking out your mind. You better get into that Genghis Khan mentality. When Genghis Khan went to go conquer new territory, man, he's slaughtering all the horses. Every horse that he would ride to go conquer some new territory, but we slaughtering these horses. So we ain't good and bad. Ain't no riding up out of here. We gonna either take what we came to get, or we gonna die trying. And that was his mindset. And that has to be your mindset. That has to be your mindset. When you got all them gaps and all that room, and if it don't work, I can do this, and I can always go back to that. You leaving your mind too many options. Your mind likes to be locked in, sniper level focused on things. Man, you got to get sniper level focused. Period. And you can't be sniper level focused if you got a whole nother human being also pouring into your mind about what they want and what you need, and damn, you always working, and you up again, and you working on your project. And then when you start to become powerful, that person is going to fear losing you. They're going to fear that you outgrow them. So all of a sudden, they're going to start sabotaging the project and hating on the project and all of these things. But you got to be careful with all of that. That's one of the biggest fears that people have when they're not self-aware is they fear losing you. They fear no longer having access to you. So as you're climbing, the person is secretly saying little things and doing little things to help sabotage the project. You got to be careful with that. People are tricky. Are people nice? Hell no. Get out of that illusion quick. Please get out of that illusion if that's what you believe. What's up, Rock? So good to see you, beloved. I write about this in the book. Are people nice? No, not just no, hard hell no. People are not nice. You get out of that illusion. People are only nice when their attachments aren't being threatened. As long as you are not getting in the way of what that person is attached to, they will be what you call nice. As long as that person is getting whatever it is they want from you, they will be what you call nice. The moment that you stop giving that person whatever it is, however it is they were benefiting from you, whatever the benefit was, you're going to see a side of them that's going to blow your mind. The moment you cut off whatever it is that that person was getting from you, you will see a side to that person that will blow your mind. They were only being nice because they were benefiting from you. They were only being nice because there was something that they could get from you. They was only being nice because you was feeding that person somehow, some way. The moment you cut their water off, the moment you cut that person's water off, you will see a side to that person that will terrify you. And that's who they really are. The version of them that becomes unlocked when they don't get what they want from you is who they really were. The character is what they was playing the whole time. See, that was a character. That was a character that they were playing. The moment that that person stopped, the moment that the character stopped getting the oxygen that it needed from you, the real them emerged. So are people nice? Hell no. Are people nice? Hell no. Are people nice? Hell hard no. What you call nice is a person whose attachments aren't being threatened in that moment. You're going to get the baby I love yous and the baby you're so special and the baby you're my everything. You're going to get all of that. As long as that person is getting what they need from you, that's what you're going to get. The moment that that person is no longer getting that from you, you're going to be called every B in the book. You're going to be called every H in the book. You're going to be called everything but a child of God. Now, trust me when I tell you this. That's what you're going to get called. See, I got mastery when it comes to people. That's what self-awareness is going to bring to your life. You've been living out of this illusion that people are nice. Nah, beloved, it's not sad. It's reality. And that's what you got to wake up to. Nothing sad about it. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop walking through the world. What's sad is you walking through the world through your illusion that people are nuts. That's what's sad. People are no different than that lion out there in the jungle. You walk in that lion's territory, it's gonna light your behind up. It's not gonna ask you what you doing here. It doesn't want to know where you going. It doesn't care about what your life might be tomorrow. It doesn't care about any of that. That lion gonna light you up. You swim across that river, that crocodile gonna light you up. It is not gonna ask you what you think and how's your life going. No, everybody is moving like that. That person that you add to your life is no different than that lion, no different than that crocodile. The difference with the person is that if you benefit the person will leave you alone. If you benefit them, they'll leave you alone. But the moment that the benefit comes back, they're just as violent as that crocodile. They're just as violent as that lion. Person will put their hands on you just as quick as that lion will. Sit here and tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you the truth with a straight face. Some of y'all didn't encounter that. I don't know how to tell you nothing but the truth. That's all I know how to give you. You don't have to agree with it. But you can't deny the fact you heard it. And what's important for you to understand, and when I'm talking about 9 out of 10 people. But then you have the person that's self-aware. The person that is self-aware doesn't fit that bucket. They're not in that category. And the reason why the person that's self-aware is not in that category is because the self-aware person would never project their pain on you. The self-aware person would never project their suffering on you because they don't have that in them anymore because they've done the work on themselves. The self-aware person understands what you are, not what you are, meaning the mask, not what you are, meaning your reputation, not what you are, meaning your persona, none of that. The self-aware person understands who you are at an essence level, and they know that to harm you is to harm God. They know that, so they would never do it. Not because they place all this value on you, it's because they place that value on God. They know you're an extension of Him, so they ain't gonna touch you. That's the self-aware person. And not only that, the self-aware person comes into your life and they don't need anything from you. They're not coming with need. Can you play this role for me? Can you be this in my life? Can you do that over here for me? And all of these other things like that. The self-aware person doesn't need anything from you. They're looking to see how they can add value to you. I told you guys this on the last live. When I walk into your life, the first thing I'm looking for is to see how I can add value to your life. If I can't add value to your life, I don't want to be in it. Period. I didn't say how you could add value to mine. I said the moment that I enter your life, I'm looking for how you can add value to me. And what you should be looking for is to see how you can add value to me. And if I'm looking to see how I can add value to you, and if you're looking to see how you can add value to me, then the relationship becomes a synergistic one. That's the problem. People aren't entering relationships like that. They're only looking for how you can benefit them. And once they see how you can benefit them, it's, oh, baby, how you doing? And you're so pretty, and you're so handsome, and can I take you out? Because they're looking through the filter of benefit. Bottom line. And the day you snap out of your illusion and you understand that, you'll stop getting played. People see you how they need you. Let me say that one more. Let me say that 5 times and maybe you'll catch it. People see you how they need you. People see you how they need you. They don't know you yet. So the only thing that they can see you through is the filter of need. They ain't met you yet. They don't know you. They looking at you from across the room. So in that moment, you represent some level of value that person wants to experience. They don't even know your name. They don't know your story. They don't know anything about you. So how can they place all this 5-star value on you and they don't even know you yet? So if they're coming, what are they coming for? If you're not coming to feed me, that means you're coming to be fed. Don't let that go over your head. I said, don't let that go over your head. You ain't showing up with a steak. That means you're looking for one. What's up, Queen? Bottom line, I said if you didn't show up for it with a stake in your hand, that means you was looking for one. You came to get one. You just got to wake up out of your illusions. That's all. What's up, JC? You just got to wake up out of your illusions, you guys. Come on, this is easy, man. Life is easy. It's only rough on your illusions. The only thing life is hard on is the stories you tell yourself about it. Life is easy as hell. Life is the only thing that life is hard on is all of your illusions. The only thing that life is hard on is your fantasies. The only thing that life is hard on is your hope stories that you sell yourself. The only thing that life is hard on is the version of you that doesn't want to see the truth. That's what life is hard on. The version of you that lives in the past. That's what life is hard on. The version of you that's always living in the future. That's what life is hard on. The moment you get in alignment with life, see, that's the whole purpose of life, is to stay in alignment with it. You got to understand, level one, you got to dismantle your ego. Level one is this. You got to dismantle your ego. You got to dismantle the programming and conditioning, and you got to get on the other side of that. That's it. That's level one. Level two, you got to be operating out of your authenticity. That's backwards. Back to Carl. Level one is this, to operate out of your authenticity. That's level one. I'm giving you the formula for how you become the most powerful version of yourself. Level one is this. I've got to first get to that place of operating out of my authenticity. That's level one. Because if I don't get to that place right there, I can't get anywhere else. And I don't need to be self-aware to do that. I don't need to be a master of self to do that. I don't need to be emotionally intelligent to do that. I don't need to swim across some river or go talk to some guru at the top of the mountain. I don't need to do that. I just need to get to that place of operating out of my authenticity. And I need to do that for an extended period of time. That's level one. Boom. Okay, put that over here. Level two is simple. Now that I'm operating out of my authenticity, I've got to dismantle that character. I've got to dismantle my programming and conditioning. I've got to dismantle all of that, because spiritual awakening is simply about you dismantling the character. That's all it is. A spiritual awakening means that I no longer operate from the character. I no longer operate from my me. I'm no longer operating from that version of myself. I'm not suffering from my past anymore, because I understand why my past is here. My past is my mirror. It's reflecting who I used to be, not who I am in this moment. So I need my past. I don't need to get rid of the past. The past represents value because it's my mirror. It's showing me, look at how far you've come. Look at how far you've grown. That's what you use your past for. You don't use your past as no punishment. You don't use your past as no life sentence. And you don't use your past to create all of your suffering, like the depression that you're struggling with. That's not what your past is for. Your past is a mirror. It should give you energy. It should give you power so that you can look back and see how far you've come. And yeah, you may not be where you want to be in this moment. I'll give you that. But damn, can we celebrate how far you've come? Can we celebrate how much you've grown? Can we celebrate who you are in this moment? All of the obstacles that you've overcome, all of the roadblocks that you've overcome, all of the failed relationships. Look at how much stuff God has pulled you out of. That's what you use your past for. We're using it for the wrong thing. You got your past creating all your depression. You got your past creating your unhappiness. You got your past creating the fear, because fear is a projection from something that happened in all of your yesterdays, not what's going to happen in your tomorrow. You don't have a fear of the unknown. You have a fear of what you imagine might happen in the unknown. And all of that comes from your past. You're taking your past and you're projecting it onto the future. That's what produces fear. So I use my past as my springboard. I use my past as my mirror to say, man, look at all the stuff I've overcome. Look, it's like when you climb up a mountain. Think about what I'm saying to you. Imagine right now, just slow down for a second. Imagine right now, you climbing up Mount Everest all by yourself. It's just you. You don't have a tour guide. You don't have anyone. You're climbing Mount Everest by yourself. And you've been climbing Mount Everest for about an hour now. And you're making traction, right? You're gaining momentum. So when you look down, down represents how far you've come. Think about what I'm saying. Up represents how far you have to go. Up represents how much more you need to climb. But down represents how far you've come. And every time you look down, you're like, I'm doing good. Look at how high up the mountain I've come. That's what your past is there for. God has you climbing the mountain right now. And your past is representative, your past is a reflection of how far you've climbed that mountain. That is you. That mountain, that is your life. That's all you use it for. If you were climbing up a real mountain right now, and you've been climbing this mountain for some hours now, when you look down, that's going to give you motivation. It's going to give you momentum because you're like, oh, I'm making traction. I'm getting there, right? I'm climbing that mountain. And you're going to be doing good. So what you punishing yourself for? That's all your past is. You were in a toxic relationship that at the time you didn't think you were going to make it out of. You made it out of it. You had that job that you may have gotten fired from. You didn't think you was going to get another job, but you ended up getting another job. You ended up having that baby. And at the time, you were so terrified because you had never been a mother before. You had that baby. Now your baby running around getting into stuff, being bad, but your baby's happy now, right? Look at everything. You had that apartment. You may have had an eviction notice on it, but you made it through that. Look at everything you've made it through. Look at how high you've climbed up the mountain. What are you upset about? And wherever you are on the mountain, this is just a moment in time. Meaning that being a metaphor for whatever's happening in your current circumstances, it's just a moment in time. You ain't gonna be here long. You get ready to keep moving. And that's how you look at it. If you were climbing up that real mountain, you might get to a place where it's really slippery, or maybe the weather has gotten a little more thin up there and it's a little bit colder up here, whatever. But this is just a moment in time. You're getting ready to keep climbing out of that. And that's how you look at your circumstances. This is just a moment in time. It's not a reflection of who I am. It has nothing to do with who I am. That part right there, big homie, you just keep climbing. That's how I look at my past. I celebrate it. But that's not what we're doing. We're taking the past and we're using your past as a weapon. Yeah, you just keep pushing. Boom. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that, Anna. I like that. Yeah, simple things are the best things, which is why I'm actually getting ready to get into this piece right now. It's a perfect segue into this next piece. Do me a favor, you guys, and share the live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Don't forget about the mirrors, the windows, and the doors. Let's get the lights up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. But don't forget about the mirrors, the windows, and the doors. Those are the three types of people that come into your life: the mirrors, the windows, and the doors. They all represent significant value to your life, which means everything represents significant value to your life. Your job is just to know, is this person my mirror? Is this person a window? Or is this person a door? And that's the only thing that you need to understand. Once you understand that, life becomes so simple. That person is either in your life to reflect somewhere where you heal, where you need to grow, where you need to evolve, where you need to mature, where fear reigns over love. That's what the mirrors do. The mirrors are really there to reflect where fear reigns over love in you. The windows are the people that come into your life and they They're gonna present you with some opportunity that you may be blind to right now, right? There's something that they're gonna offer. This whether it's let's start this business together, let's do this over here, let's start that, let's write a book together, let's build whatever. But that person is going to be a window, and the windows only come to create opportunity. That's all what the windows do. They are coming to expose you to an opportunity that you may be blind to in this moment. And the people that are the doors are the people that really pour into you the most. They're the people that you don't have to wear a mask in front of. They are the people that love you unconditionally. You can just be who you are. You don't have to put on and pretend for them, and then you have people in life which are rare. I'm talking about like unicorn rare that really represent all three, right? They're a mirror for you, they're a window, and they are a door. Here's what's important about the windows. The mirrors are going to come and go. The mirrors are not permanent. They're going to come in and they're going to leave. They're going to come in and now, when I say come in and leave, they might stay there for a week. They might stay for 2 weeks. They might stay for a year. They may stay for 5 years. Who knows? But they're going to come and go. The windows are going to also come and go because they are going to just present some opportunity. Once that opportunity has been presented, they're going to let go of that. But the doors are going to be lifers. The doors are the people that you are going to end up riding out the rest of your life with, because all they do is pour into you, right? The doors just pour into you. They love you, and they love the real you, not the you pretend to be. And that's why you feel so comfortable with them. That's why you can be vulnerable with them, because they let you be who you are, and they love you for who you are. And they don't want to change anything about you. The beautiful thing about the doors is they don't want to change anything about you. They love you exactly as you are. If you work on yourself, wonderful. If you don't work on yourself, wonderful. Like they won't hound you, because they accept you as you are in this moment. Yeah. I appreciate that, Tracy. I appreciate that, the beloved, because it's that's what I try to be for my students. I love them as they are. Do I encourage them to grow? Absolutely. But if they don't grow, it won't change the relationship at all. If anything, it'll strengthen it, because it makes you have more compassion. It makes you have empathy. It allows me to tap into that, right? And then genuine concern is there. So yeah. Does that make sense? Mirrors, windows, doors. Every single person in your life right now is one of those three things. That person that you might meet at the Starbucks today, or at the gas station, or at the supermarket, is going to fit into one of those buckets. Your job is to know which bucket they belong in. And you got to be careful with the mirrors, because again, the mirrors are going to reflect your pain. They're going to reflect where you haven't healed. They're going to reflect a version of yourself that you've suppressed, that you've ignored, something that you need to work on. That's what that mirror is going to be reflecting. And if you're not self-aware, you won't understand that. You'll think that this person is just getting on me, or they irk me, or they irritate me. No, the version of yourself that you've been running from is what irritates you, and they're reflecting that back to you. And it's important that you understand that. It's important that you understand that. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, before I dive into this. Do me a favor real quick and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Brock, I appreciate that, beloved. Share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. Let's hit our goal. Let's hit our goal. Let's hit our goal. Let's hit our goal. Yeah, the mirrors are the people we oftentimes avoid. I can make an argument that the mirrors are the people that really represent the most value. The doors do as well, but in a different way. They're different. So I don't even want to compare it to. But the mirrors represent significant value. I can make the argument the most value, because if you think about, watch this right here, boom. Think about a wall in your house that has nothing on it. Just picture that in your mind. Picture you're in your house and you're staring at this huge wall, but the wall doesn't have anything on it. It's just a white wall. No paintings, no mirrors, no nothing. And you're looking at that wall. When you look at that wall, well, you can't see yourself. And that's how it is when you're alone. When you're alone, it's like staring at a wall that has nothing on it, which means that nothing's being reflected back to you at that time. Now picture you going to, Walmart or, some other furniture store, and you grab this giant mirror, right? This floor-sized mirror, right? It's huge, right? Takes up the whole wall. Now when you walk up to that mirror, you can see yourself now. You have something reflecting you back to you. But here's the problem. That mirror doesn't reflect emotion. That mirror can't communicate with you. That mirror can't project a thought onto you. That mirror can't tell you what you are blind to. So in that moment, God understood that. So he said, my children will walk around and they'll be blind because that mirror can't tell you anything about yourself. So what he did was he made human beings our mirrors. He made people our mirrors because that mirror at your house is limited, but the person is unlimited because they have the ability to reflect where you're blind. And so when that person enters your life, that's what they're there for. They're going to either reflect where you're strong, they're going to reflect where you're weak, they're going to reflect where you need to grow, they're going to reflect your triggers and all of your unhealed traumas. They're going to be a reflection of all of that. Unlike the real mirror in your house, it can't reflect what's happening internally. It can only reflect your image. The human being is designed to reflect what's happening internally. Because we're coming into your life because of a certain frequency that you are carrying, because of a certain energy that you are radiating. So that's why we're coming. So we're coming to reflect your internal. The mirror at your house can only reflect your external. So when you master your external reflection as much as you do mastering what's being reflected internally, then you become powerful, beloved. So you got to master your reflections. Don't fight the reflection, master your understanding of it, because every single person is only reflecting you back to you. The same way your mirror does at your house. Your mirror can only reflect you. People can only reflect you. And that's mastery. I got you, Cash. I got you, beloved. Yeah. There are two reasons why people suffer. Two. What's up, Chris? So good to see you, family. There are two reasons why people suffer emotionally and psychologically. Fernando, what's up, my brother? So good to see you. There are two reasons why people suffer emotionally and psychologically. Number one, they don't understand impermanence. Number two, they don't understand themselves. That's it. There are two reasons why people suffer unnecessarily, emotionally and psychologically. Number one, they don't understand impermanence. Number two, they don't understand themselves. That's a category 5 problem. So good to see you. So good to see you, Chris. So good to see you, family. See, in life, we often cling to things and we believe that they'll last forever. And that's the problem. We're clinging to things, believing that this thing will last forever. For example, a relationship or your job or even your body. But here's what you need to understand. Everything in your life is impermanent. In case you don't know what impermanence means, it means everything in your life is changing. Everything in your life is going to change. The only guarantee in life is change. Two guarantees, death and change. But we walk through life clinging to things not wanting anything to change, clinging, walking around with this fixed mindset. I don't want anything to change. I want everything to stay as it is. That's not even reality. You should see that right now. So one more time, here's what you need to understand. Everything in your life is impermanent. There's not a single thing in your life that will be there forever, but you cling to things as though they will. There's not a single thing in your life in this moment, you included, that will be there forever. And that's why we suffer, because we cling to things as though they are, and so they will. That's where all the suffering is coming from. Understanding impermanence is not to make us pessimistic. That's not what it's about. Understanding impermanence will help you cherish every moment of the present. That's the gift of impermanence. Not to give you some pessimistic mindset, but to give you the ability to appreciate what you have access to while you have access to it, because you don't know how long it's going to be there. And that's reality, beloved. That's life. That's truth. Everything in your life right now has an expiration date on it. Everything. One more time, understanding impermanence is not to make us pessimistic, but to help us cherish every moment of the present. When we realize impermanence, we no longer suffer deeply from loss, because we know that the true nature of all things is to arise and cease. That's the true nature, to arise and cease, to come together and separate. That's what everything in your life is doing. It's coming together and then it'll separate. It's going to arise and then it will cease. Everything. This awareness makes our hearts lighter and free from resistance. The problems in your life don't break you. Your resistance to your problems does. The person walking out of your life didn't break you. Your resistance to letting go of them is what broke you. Everything that you resist in life is hurting you. Resistance creates pain, and acceptance brings peace. You got to choose one. Everything that you resist creates your pain. Everything that you accept produces your peace. Pick one. Anything that you won't let go of right now is controlling you. I need you to hear this with your spirit. I said anything that you won't let go of is controlling you. Anything you can't walk away from owns you. How will you ever become the most powerful version of yourself when there are things in your life that have power over you? Think about what I'm saying to you. How you going to become powerful when you got something in your life that has power over you? And this is why God created us to not cling. This is why he created us to not become attached. Let me tell you why. Because the same power that you're giving to that thing is the same amount of power that he has over you. You can't walk away from the thing, which means that the thing owns you right now. That's what he's trying to wake you up to. Wait a minute. You're giving this thing the same power you're giving me. How did this thing develop the same level of power that I have in your life? Anything that you can't walk away from right now has complete control over you. That could be porn. That could be alcohol. That could be you smoking something, some pill you popping, something you putting up your nose, anything, some gambling addiction, anything that you can't walk away from, you giving the same amount of power to that thing that you give God. That's why he created us not to cling to things. That's why he created us not to become attached.
Because when you cling and you become attached, you put that thing on the same pedestal that you got him on. Who got the most power? Who got the power? Nothing in your life should have power over you except for him. Because without him, everything is gone. Bottom line. But when you trick yourself into believing that you can't be happy without this thing, and I can't be happy if I don't sip this, and I can't be happy if I don't smoke that, I can't be happy, I can't function without it, you're giving that thing the same level of power that you give him. You're just not looking at it that way, but that's how he's seeing it. Because the thing has control over you. It's got control over his child. That's a problem. And if you don't see that as a problem, then you have two problems. How do I become powerful when something else has power over me? That means my power is limited to what the power of this thing is. Think about what I'm saying to you. My power is my ceiling is this thing. Again, that might be gambling, that might be drinking, that might be smoking, that might be something you watching. It has as much power over you. Your ceiling is not the sky. Your ceiling becomes this thing. Because this thing is what's keeping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Because God is never going to allow you to become the greatest that you could be as long as you got this thing having power over you. Why would he let you lead his children? Why would he send his children? You got all these bad influences in your life. Just use your spiritual common sense right now. I'm just asking you to use your spiritual common sense. This is not a mad problem. I'm not asking you to figure anything out. I'm just asking you to use your spiritual common sense right now. Why would I allow you? I'm God. Let's just say I'm playing the role of him right now. Why would I allow you to have all of this power when you got this gambling addiction going on? When you smoking something all in the dark? When you drinking something, you feel like you can't function without it? Why would I send my children to you to only learn that they can have all of these problems and different things like that they doing in the dark, and I'm letting you be the example? Why would I do that? When I got all 8 billion other children that I can turn around and be doing the same thing for that don't have none of the problems you got right now. So the enemy in your life right now is you. The enemy in your life right now is what you do in the dark. What you do when no one else is watching. That's the enemy in your life. Let me give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. I'm going to give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. If you have children right now, little ones, right, 15 years old or below, babies still, you're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that you're going to let the alcoholic babysit your kids? Tell me right now. Tell me right now with a straight face that you're going to let that alcoholic babysit your kids. You're going to let the drug addict babysit your kids. You're going to let this dude that sit on social media all day, watching porn all day, babysit your kids. That's what you're going to tell me with a straight face? Hell no, you ain't getting ready to do that because you don't want your kids to be influenced by that. Okay, well, that's how God is looking at you. So if you want to keep doing what you're doing in the dark, just understand that you'll never become the greatest version of yourself. It better be worth it like a mother. Ooh, damn, it made me cuss. It better be worth it. Whatever that thing is that you're doing, it better be worth it. Whatever that thing is that you won't let go of, it better be worth it. I said it better be worth it. It better be worth it because you fumbling your whole life for it. It better be worth it. Whatever you smoking, it better be worth it. Whatever you drinking, it better be worth it. Whatever you sitting in the dark, sitting there watching when you by yourself, it better be worth it. Because you costing your whole future for it. It better be worth it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't telling you to stop. I ain't here to tell you to stop. It's not my job to tell you to stop. It's my job to wake you up. It better be worth it. It better be worth it. Because it's costing you who you could have become. It better be worth it. That's all I'm saying. You're going to let something cost you who you could have become? Man, please, it better be worth it. So don't blame society when you don't become that version of yourself. Don't blame your parents when you don't become that version of yourself. Don't go start blaming I was in the wrong relationship when you don't become the most powerful. No, it's you in the way right now. God has cleared the way. He giving you a single decision. On the other side of that single decision, if you walk away from that thing, is greatness. What you gonna do? On the other side of that decision, if you walking away from that thing that you know you do, probably nobody else knows you doing, on the other side of that is greatness. On the other side of that is eternity. On the other side of that is everything you want for your life. Make a choice. That's all he's telling you to do. Make a choice. Don't fumble yourself. I understand in your past there may be some people that may have fumbled you. I get that part. You may have been in a relationship, this person fumbled you. I get that part. You may have been over here in some situation, your parents, some grandparents, somebody fumbled you. I get that part. Right now, you're in a position to win the Super Bowl right now. You are in a position to win the Super Bowl of your life right now. And once you get on the other side of that decision, won't nothing be able to stop you. What are you going to do? Make your next decision your best decision. That's all I'm saying. Whatever that decision is, it better be the coldest decision in the world. It better be the coldest decision. Woo. See, we all got some things. See, here's the thing about it. Fernando, watch this, my brother. See, we all got some things that we do in the dark that very few people know about. Right? And that decision, that thing is really what you get ready to go. That's really what you got to go to war with. You're not your significant other and not people out in the world. You got to go to war with that version of yourself that has convinced you that you need that thing that you won't walk away from right now. That's the whole battle right now. That's the biggest obstacle in your life right now. You have to go to war. You're not going to war against me. You're not going to war against self-awareness. You're not going to war against your past. You're going to war against that thing that you do that soothes you. It's that thing that you do when life is not going the way you need it to go. You run to that thing. Anytime you get in a fight with your significant other, you run to that thing. Anytime that something is out of alignment with what you think it should be, you run to that thing. It's the thing you run into. And what God is trying to wake you up to, you're not running to me. You run into the thing. I need you to run to me. The thing is in the way of you running to me because you don't come to me because the thing is there. That's what he's trying to wake you up to. Every time you run to the thing, you lose sight of me. So the thing has as much power in your life as I do. Nah. You got to run to me. I don't need there to be anything. I don't want there to be any gaps between me and you. So that way, if something's not working right in your life, you run to me. If something is out of alignment, you run to me. If something is not going the way you think it needs to be going, you run to me. Because right now, you run to that thing. And you know what the thing is. You don't need to put it in the chat. It's not necessary. That part right there, Fernando, that part right there, my brother. Think about it, Fernando. Think about it like this. Fernando's new to our family. That's family right there. Think about what I'm saying. Let's just say his son or his daughter, right? 7, 8 years old, beautiful babies. And they have a problem, but they don't come to him. They run to the next door neighbor. Every time they have a problem, they run right past him to the next door neighbor. How do you think he's going to feel as a man? Think about what I'm saying to you. How do you think he's going to feel as a man? He's like, my kids don't come to me when they have problems. They run to the man next door. He going to feel some type of way. That's how God feels. Every time something's not going right in your life, you run to this thing. You don't run to him. Again, that could be some gambling thing. That could be you drinking something. That could be you smoking something. That could be you pouring you out. That's something you doing. So it's keeping you disconnected from him. And the thing about it is that it has real power over you. You can't walk away from it right now. You can't walk away from it right now. It has real power. It's a thing in you. It's something, and it's something that you do with such repetition that it's on autopilot. You don't even think. The moment that something doesn't go the way you need it to go, you reach for it.
See, there's always one thing in life that stops us from becoming the greatest versions of ourselves. It's always one thing. It's not some external enemy, right? It's not some person. It's not some object. It's not some obstacle. It's always something in here. There's always something in here that stops us from becoming the greatest versions of ourselves. You got to go to war against that. More importantly, you have to dismantle the version of you that has convinced you that you can't survive without it, that you can't make it without it. Whether that's your procrastination, whether that's the acrasia, whether that's, again, some substance, something you smoke, something you drink, something you watch, right? Something gambling, something you're doing. That anytime something's not going the way you need it to go, boom, you beeline to that thing. And that thing soothes you. So you're not going to God in that moment, you're going to the thing. And that's what he's trying to wake you up to. I need the thing to get out of here because it's in the way. That thing could also be a person. For some of you guys, it could be a person. You didn't give this person so much power and so much authority in your life, you run it in. That part right there, it could be food. It doesn't necessarily have to be, it's going to be something different for every person because we're all unique, right? A great point. It could be food. It's something. It could be sugar. It's something. But the something is what's keeping you. It's what's keeping you. It's that final step. It's that final hurdle, right? That pills, exactly. It's that final thing. It's that final hurdle that you have to. It's the final stage. And the point not to be missed is that nothing can have power over you. I didn't say you can't enjoy things. I said nothing should have that kind of power over you where you can't walk away from the thing to such a degree that anytime that something isn't in alignment with what you think should be happening, you turn to the thing. So you're not turning to God, you turn to the thing. That part right there, Kev. And I'm just trying to wake you up to that. Because anything you can't let go of is controlling you right now. Think about what I'm saying. Anything that you can't let go of right now is controlling you. Anything that you can't walk away from owns you, period. Just look at it. Impermanence also reminds us, love while you can, live fully while you are here. Love while you can. Live fully while you are here. That's the problem. Your ego convinces you that you live in your life like you got 1,000 years to live it. That's how we move through life when you got this ego. We think that everything is going to happen to someone else, just not us. Do not wait till something is gone to start feeling all of this regret. When you cling or become attached to people, it's because you are blind to the power of impermanence. That's why we cling to people. That's why we become attached, because we are blind to the power of impermanence. We're blind to it. Impermanence teaches you whether it's joy or sorrow, everything will eventually pass. Whatever pain you're experiencing right now, it's going to pass. That depression you may be experiencing, it's going to pass. The unhappiness you may be experiencing right now, it's going to pass. That's what impermanence is trying to teach you. Everything is passing. It's not permanent. Nothing in your life is permanent, but you're treating things as though it's permanent. Like the depression is going to be there forever. It's only being there forever because you give it your energy and attention. You focusing on it. Whatever you focus on, you illuminate that thing. You create more of what you don't want by focusing on the thing. Why would you focus on what you don't want? Focus on what you want.
That's what God created you for. Focus on what you want. Stop giving energy and attention to what you don't want. Because the moment that I focus on that thing, I illuminate the thing. But I amplify the thing in my life because I'm giving it the very thing that it needs, energy and attention. Everything needs your energy and attention, people included. Your problems need your energy and attention. Fear needs your energy and attention. Your significant other needs your energy and attention. Everything needs your energy and attention. And the moment you deposit your energy or attention onto that particular thing, you create the experience. Depression has no power without you giving it your energy and attention. Fear has no power without you giving it your energy and attention. The person that's hating on you needs your energy and attention. Everything needs you. You don't understand that? You're the divine. Nothing can exist without you giving it significance. And the moment you give it your energy and attention, you give significance to the very thing that you don't want. The only reason why that toxic relationship is still going is because you're giving it your energy and attention. You are feeding it. Everything you give your energy and attention to, you feed. And then you turn around and complain about the very thing you feed. That's like you having a garden and you walk outside in the garden and you watering the weeds. And then you walk back out a couple of days later, look, I'm so tired of these weeds. Well, won't you quit watering the weeds? That being a metaphor for the toxic relationship, that being a metaphor for the people that disrespect you, that being a metaphor for the people that criticize you. Whatever you water, it grows. And when you water something, you're giving it your energy and attention. You watering the thing. And then you complaining about what you're watering about. Everything needs your energy and attention, period. I don't give my energy and attention to people. It's too valuable. That's the point. I tell you guys this all the time. You ain't placing enough value on yourself. That's the real problem. You're not placing enough value on your time. You're not placing enough value on your energy and attention. You're just giving it away to people. That's value. That's all your value. Your true currency is your time, energy, and attention, period. Because the combination of all of that is what creates the money. The combination of all of that is what creates the relationship. The combination of all of that is what produces the job, what produces the friends. So what's your real currency? My time, energy, and attention, bottom line. Can't do anything without it. Can't create anything without it. So I can't take my most precious resources and give it to this person that's hating on me all day. Give it to the person that's trying to project their pain onto me on the social media. Come on, what are we doing? That's your real currency, your time, energy, and attention. Because when those are gone, everything is gone. That's what you protect. Damn protecting the money. The money is only the byproduct of the time, energy, and attention. You protecting the wrong thing. See, I'm gonna tell you the problem. I'm gonna tell you the real problem. We protect the wrong things. We really do. We protect the wrong things. You got all these alarms on your cars. You got all of these alarms on your houses. You got all of these alarms on your bank account, your social media account. You got all these security codes and all this other stuff like that, passwords and all these things you need to get into all of these different accounts and your bank account and all these other things like that. But when it comes to you, there are no alarms. Make that make sense. We got alarms on the car. We got alarms on the house. We got alarms on the bank account, all these passwords and passcodes, social media accounts, all this protection going on. But when it comes to you, no alarms. We'll tolerate disrespect. We'll tolerate the toxic relationship, but you won't tolerate that with your bank account. You wouldn't tolerate that with the car. You wouldn't tolerate that with all of the things that you're placing all of this protection around. But the one that's responsible for all of that being here, we don't protect. You let disrespect walk and rent space in your mind for free. Low vibrational relationships, rent space in your mind for free. All of these people that are trying to project their pain on you, rent space in your mind for free. But you got protection on everything else, but you don't have it on yourself. Make that make sense. You got that twisted, man. You protect the asset. You the asset, not the stuff that you create. The stuff that you create is only an extension of the asset, man. The asset you should have locked down like Fort Knox. You should be like a walking, talking version of the Federal Reserve. I bet you won't walk up to that Federal Reserve playing. Walk up to that Federal Reserve playing to see how the people treat you. They protect what's valuable. In the moment that you start walking through life that way, everything in your life will change. I'm like the Federal Reserve. So much protection on me. I don't give a damn about what I create, because what I create, I can always go and get more of. I can get more of what I can go and create. I can't get another me. That's where the protection. I can't get another me. I can get another car. I can go get another house. I can go get more money. I can go get more jewelry. You can have all of that. I got to take care of the asset, but that's the problem. We don't take care of the asset. It's 1,440 minutes in a 24-hour day, and 9 out of 10 people on this app is going to make an excuse as to why you didn't work out today. Make an excuse as to why you didn't eat clean. Make an excuse as to why you didn't love on yourself today. Make an excuse as to why you didn't spoil yourself. But you're going to take care of that car, and you're going to make sure those bills are paid, and you're going to make sure your little social media accounts are functioning. You're going to make sure all of the external stuff is operating like it needs to be. But when it comes to the asset that's responsible for all of that, we don't give it the same energy. Just make it make sense. I'm not asking you to change your life. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. Coldest thing God ever gave you was you. I need to say it again. I said the coldest thing that God ever gave you is you. Coldest thing in the planet. Coldest thing on the planet. Can produce relationships. Can produce businesses. Can produce people. Can produce all kinds of assets. Can change the world. The coldest gift that he ever gave us is you. And the day you realize that, the day you start walking, talking, acting, thinking, and behaving from that energy, it's game over. Game over. Coldest asset he ever gave us is you. I'm telling you now. Coldest asset. You talking about something that can create people? You talking about something that can create businesses? You talking about something that can send a rocket to the moon? You talking about something that can create technology? You talking about something that can create art? You talking about something that can paint portraits in people's minds just through your words? You talking about something that can transform somebody's life? Man, coldest thing walkers, you ain't a creature on this planet that can do that. That lion can't do it. The tiger can't do it. That shark, great white shark can't do it. They can't transform nothing. They can eat up something, but they can't transform anything. You are the only creature that he created that can transform people. We walk around here talking about we not enough and I don't love myself and coach, this person walk. Let them walk. Stop chasing people that are not chasing you. Let them walk. Help them pack. Let me get that Uber for you. Let me call that taxi for you. Let me hurry up and get you out of here. If you're not ready to be in my life, let me hurry up and get you out of here. I got an empty duffel bag in the closet. Let me help you. Let me help you fill it up. Now you don't even need to bring it back. Let me help you fill it up. You got to choose you first. Stop worrying about being chosen. The same love that you want somebody else to give you is the same love you need to be giving yourself. Period. That's the problem. We so busy waiting on somebody else to love us, and we ain't even gotten the business of loving ourselves. Won't we do that? Become a master at loving yourself, and then become a master at removing anything that doesn't love you, and watch how your life changes. My delete game is vicious. I might be the best in the world at delete. Oh, delete is my favorite word. My favorite word. The moment that I see somebody not giving me what I know I deserve, I delete. The moment that person comes with that, delete. The moment that this person trying to give me, delete. The moment that this person is disrespect, delete. Ain't even a conversation. My delete game is vicious. I'm better at deleting than I am at adding people to my life. When you become a master at that, it's game over. Because then people will stop playing with you. The reason why people play with you is because they have too much access to you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. That's why people will play with you. People will play with you because they have too much access to you. Access destroys value in ways that you can't even imagine. Access destroys value. It's the value destroyer. You want your value destroyed? Give people too much access to you. Just look at life. Look at life. Everything that we place a significant amount of value on, we only place value on that thing because you have limited access to it. That's why you place the value on it. Think about what I'm saying. Everything on the face of this earth right now that we call valuable, we only call it valuable because we have limited access to it. That's it. And everything that you have too much access to, you're bored with. You neglect it. Look at everything in your closet, bored with it. Look at the furniture in your house, bored with it. Look at your job, bored with it. Look at what's going on with your life, bored with it. Why are you bored with it? Because you have too much access. Access destroys value. And when you start adding people to your life, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. That person is going to have, so they're going to come in. See, I'm going to tell you why the person valued you in the beginning. They valued you in the beginning because they didn't have access to you, not because they did. That's why they placed all that 5-star value on you, because they didn't have access to you. They were so honored just to know your name, so honored just to get your number, all this 5-star value. And then the people started to see little flaws, little weaknesses, your little imperfections, started to pick up on your patterns, all these things like that, got too familiar, a little bit too comfortable. And now that person doesn't place anywhere near the value on you that they once placed on you in the beginning. You know that, and I know that. I don't even have to know your relationship. I can tell you what's happening in it. If that person has had access to you for more than a year, they do not treat you the same way now that they did in the beginning of that year. You know it, and I know it. There's so many things that they want you to do that they have stopped doing. Wait. Truth just pulled up in the Lambo. What are we doing? I'm telling you, access, that's where the disrespect comes from. All that access, too much access, too much access. Access is, I'm telling y'all, man, access is, and the moment that you remove your access, the moment you remove yourself from that situation, your value skyrockets immediately. The moment you detach or you disconnect yourself from that situation, your value skyrockets immediately, because now that person starts to place that appreciation on you again. Now they start to place that value on you again. But as long as they have access to you, let me give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. Let me give it to you in a way I know you can't miss it. Picture that you're flying in this 747. You got parachutes on and all of that. You're flying in this 747. You strapped in. And that door is open. And that person hands you a bowling ball. The bowling ball is like 10 pounds, 7 to 10 pound bowling ball. Okay. So they tell you, just drop the ball out the side of the plane. You say, drop it out of the side? Yeah, just drop it out the side of the plane. So you walk over there, you strapped in, you ain't gonna fly out, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. So boom, you hold your arms out and then you let go of the bowling ball. Before you let go of that bowling ball is at the same height you are. But the moment you release it, it starts dropping immediately. And that's how value works when it comes to people. When you first encounter that people, the value is right at the level that you want it to. But for every moment that that person has access to you, it's like that bowling ball. The value is dropping immensely. That bowling ball is shooting toward the ground. The ground being a metaphor for where that disrespect is going to start happening, where the neglect is going to start happening, where the verbal abuse is going to start happening, the communication is going to fall off. The ground represents that. And so as that bowling ball is making its way to the ground, right, things are happening in the relationship. Things are slowly starting to fall apart. Right? Things are, what was happening in the beginning is no longer happening toward the end. And that's how relationships work. Every single person that you bring into your life is just like that bowling ball. They have high altitude in the beginning. But the moment you do this, That bowling ball is dropping. The moment you start giving people all that access to you, the value that you have and the value that you bring to the moment is dropping. It happens like that. It's just human nature. That's what makes me question the whole thing when it comes to relationships, because I'm like, how do you counter that? You can only counter that through self-awareness. Self-awareness is the only way. And the reason why self-awareness is the only way is because you no longer place expectations on that person. See, when you lack self-awareness, you placing all these expectations on that person. You need them to be all of these things for you, right? You need them to be your happiness and to be your joy and to be your peace and to be your love. You've got all of these expectations on that person. But when you become self-aware yourself, you understand that they're their own unique being. You understand that they have their own gifts. You understand that they have their own purpose in life, and it has nothing to do with you. And so you're not placing anything on them. So you're working on yourself, you're growing, you're building, you're evolving, you're doing everything you need to do because you're not counting on that person anymore. Chances are when a person is not placing value on you anymore, it's because they're not self-aware. And they need you to be certain things for them that they can't be for themselves. That's what creates the problem. Does that make sense? Yeah, I do, Tammy. I do, beloved. Leticia, you see that? Alana, you see that, beloved? So that's all it is. See, before self-awareness, if you don't have the self-awareness, or if the person doesn't have the self-awareness, they just like the bowling ball. Your value is dropping. The minute you let that boom, give that person, the value is dropping. But with self-awareness, the bowling ball stays the same. It doesn't drop anywhere. And it doesn't drop anywhere because I don't need you to be anything for me. I don't need you to be anything because everything that I used to think I would get from you, I'm actually only getting from myself. I understand that now. So I don't place all this pressure and all this stress on my relationship because I understand that my partner can't be my happiness. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world when you understand that my partner can't be my happiness. My partner can't be my peace. My partner can't, be my joy. They can't be any of those things. Those things are what I'm supposed to bring to the relationship. I didn't know that. Nobody gave me the instruction manual. I showed up to the relationship looking for the relationship to be my happiness and to be my peace and to be my entertainment and to be all of these things. I showed up looking for things that I was actually supposed to bring. And that's what destroys relationships. Because somebody didn't bring what they were supposed to. Somebody needed you to bring it all. And what you bring was not enough to sustain the relationship, so it started to fall apart. Does that make sense? Somebody didn't show up. Somebody's duffel bag was empty. Yours might have been filled, but someone else's duffel bag was empty. Somebody didn't show up with the love. Somebody didn't show up with the peace. Somebody didn't show up with the happiness, meaning that I had all of those things when I arrived. I wasn't looking to get those things. I tell you guys this all the time. Relationships fall apart because the person needed you to love them. They weren't bringing love to the relationship. They needed to be loved. They needed to be cared for. There was wounds in them that they didn't know how to deal with. And so they needed you to fill those voids that you didn't have the power to fill. And that's a hell of an expectation to place on someone. You can't expect someone to fix your internal problems from an external perspective. You can't fix anyone from an external perspective. You don't have that kind of power, beloved. So this person is on. She don't make me happy anymore. He doesn't make me happy anymore. Well, they didn't have the power to. Right, Brock? They didn't have the power to. This job doesn't make me happy anymore. Coach, the job wasn't designed to make you happy. Nothing else outside of you can be your happiness. But you blaming the job. The job has nothing to do with your happiness. The relationship has nothing to do with your happiness. I don't like my coach. I got to get out of this relationship. It doesn't make me happy anymore. But it never had the power to, beloved. That's a hell of an expectation you placing on that, something to be your happiness. You know how powerful happiness is? And you think that relationship was going to be it? No, happiness was what you were supposed to deposit in the relationship. And the moment that you noticed that your partner wasn't depositing happiness in the relationship was the moment that it was time for you to leave. That part right there, Fernando, they showed up with an empty duffel bag, my brother. So you showed up duffel bag pouring out with stuff. But if my partner shows up and their bag is empty, here's the thing. That's what gets us every time. What gets us every time is that, people have the external trappings of having it all together, right? Hair's done, makeup's done, this is done, shaved up, everybody's looking nice, everybody's playing the character. But internally, that person is fractured, right? Internally, that person is in a million pieces. But externally, they appear to have it all together. And that's why self-awareness is so important, because the self-aware person is going to see that, because we speak from our pain. We listen from our pain, so the self-aware person is going to understand that right out the gate. If you lack self-awareness, you won't understand, because you're not loving yourself in that moment. That's why you attracted that person. So that person has wounds they need to heal. And so if let me say it this way. If you're not showing up for yourself, you won't have a problem when other people don't show up for you either. If you're not loving yourself unconditionally, you won't have a problem when other people don't love you unconditionally either. That's the problem. That's why we stay in toxic relationships, because everything that person wasn't giving you, you really wasn't giving yourself either. So you really didn't mind. And this is why I tell you guys, it's only when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired that you'll get out of it. You have to utilize your suffering to end your suffering, because nobody can pull you from that. I'm telling you, D. I'm telling you, if you're not loving yourself unconditionally, you will not mind when that person doesn't. If you don't show up for yourself consistently, you will not mind when that person doesn't do it. If you're not your own happiness, you will not mind. Whatever you're not giving yourself, you won't mind when someone else isn't giving it to you either, because you're not giving it to you. You're only going to expect someone to give you what you give yourself. If you're not giving it to yourself, you won't mind when other people don't give it to you. And that's how relationships become toxic, because you weren't loving yourself. That's why you stayed in there so long when this person wasn't loving you, because you weren't doing it. And you weren't doing it. And then we have the audacity to turn around and say they're the toxic one. No, beloved, the toxic person in the relationship is the person that accepts what they shouldn't. The toxic person in the relationship is the person that settles. The toxic person in the relationship is the person that accepts less than they deserve. What makes a relationship toxic is not what someone gives. What makes a relationship toxic is what you receive. The moment you receive what that person is offering you, you become the toxic person in the relationship, because you're receiving something that you know is far beneath what you deserve. That doesn't make sense to me. Think about what I'm saying. We blame the other person for not giving us what we want, need, and desire. Okay, I get that part. But damn, you were accepting it though. How you gonna blame them? Now, I'm toxic as hell, let's just say. I'm toxic. You can't control that. I'll give you that. But what you can control is what you accept. You didn't have to accept what I was giving you, but the moment that you accepted it, you became the toxic person in your life, not me. I was just operating out of my programming and conditioning. I'm just operating from my pain. I'm just operating from a low vibrational frequency. I can't be what you need me to be for you, because I don't know how to be that for myself. How can I be for you what I can't even be for me? I can't love you unconditionally because I haven't figured out how to love myself unconditionally. I'm figuring life out like you. So I'm giving you all of this low vibrational energy. I'm giving you all of this toxic energy, and I'm giving you that, but you accepting it, but you blaming me for what I'm giving you, but you're not blaming yourself for what you taking. So we don't talk about that part. We never talk about that part. We start talking about all of that part right there, Kels. So good to see you, beloved. That we never talk about that part, Kels. We never talk about the part that we play. See, that's the problem. When people start telling stories, they always leave out the part in the story where they screwed up. They always leave out the part in the story where they accepted less than they should have. They always leave out, I've been in a toxic relationship for 2 years, 5 years. What you mean? We understand why the person was toxic. The person is toxic because they're not self-aware. The person is toxic because they're living out of their wounds. The person is toxic because they're living from their pain. So I understand that from an offensive side. But from the defensive side of it, why didn't you block that? You didn't block that because you were a vibrational match for that person. You didn't block that because that person was your mirror. That's why that person came into your life. Not to be the toxic thing in your life, but to reveal to you that you are the toxic thing in your life because you had no business accepting things that were less than you deserve. You had no business walking on eggshells. You had no business tolerating the disrespect. You had no business turning the red flags in your life into wallpaper. You had no business doing that. No business. No business. So we're going to stop making it about other people. Just for 2 seconds. Two seconds of just not making it about other people. Lynetta, you said you were the needy one? I see you, beloved. That's okay. You needed to go through all of that. You know, all of it. And that's what we don't understand. You know, and that's another reason why self-awareness is so beautiful, because when you become self-aware, you're going to realize that everything that you've experienced, you needed to experience. All of the things that you needed to experience. That's why I don't blame you. Because all of whatever it is you experience is what brought you here. So we don't have time for blame. We don't have time for that. But it's time for you to start living your life instead of managing it. And that's the key. See, we're so busy managing our life that we're not living in life. No, live your life. Stop managing it. Live your life. Stop trying to manage people. Live your life. Stop trying to focus on what's happening in the external world and start focusing on what's happening in your internal world. Live your life. Stop managing it. Your life is not something to be managed. It's something to be lived. It's something to be experienced. People are not to be managed. There's something to be experienced, because every single person that you add to your life is going to unlock something in you. Focus on what's becoming unlocked, not what left. Focus on what gets unlocked. Every single person that has ever entered your life unlocked something. Even the toxic relationships unlock something. They all reveal something. You got to understand, God is strategic when it comes to you. He doesn't play when it comes to you. He is a chess master for real on a level that you can't, man. There ain't been a single person that ain't been no pain wasted when it comes to him. No suffering wasted when it comes to him. Everything in your life is DST, divine standard timing. There was something that he needed you to go through, something that he needed you to experience, something that he needed to happen in your life because it was going to unlock something that was going to alter your course somehow, some way. Everything is DST with him. That part right there, Fernando, that part right there, divine standard timing. When you understand that, man, you stop resisting things. I just don't resist anything anymore. What's up, Jalen? Yeah, but you're right, beloved. The lesson was traumatizing, but it wasn't. It was traumatizing to the character that you play, but not traumatizing. You have to understand that a spiritual awakening means that your spirit has to experience a certain amount of trauma, either directly or indirectly. The only reason why you call that lets me know where you're at, and I'm saying this with all of the love in my heart. That what you just said lets me know where you are with respect to self-awareness, because the self-aware person understands. Let me give it to you in a way I know you won't miss it. And I use this example with my students all the time, but we don't always need to be told, but oftentimes we need to be reminded. Let me say this to you. Picture Picture the two of us sitting in a car. We're in the McDonald's parking lot. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The windows are tinted around the car. You cannot see in that car at all. Even if you ride up on the car, you can't see inside the car. Windows are jet black. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just having a conversation. We're not bothering anyone. We're not parked illegally. Nothing wrong is happening in that moment. We're having the best conversation of our lives. And here comes some kids, 15, 16 years old, and they're walking across the McDonald's parking lot and they're walking directly toward us. But we're so engaged in the conversation that we're not really paying attention. And so they get closer up on the car, and one of the kids opens like this grocery store brown paper bag, and they just start throwing eggs at the car, one after the other, right? They've tossed at least 20, 30 eggs at this car. They don't see us sitting inside of the car. We've been in the car we're just watching them. They can't see us because the windows are completely tinted all the way around the car. So they're just throwing eggs at the car. And they having their little fun throwing the eggs at the car, and then they take off running. Now you and I are looking at each other, but you don't have any egg on you. And I don't have any egg on me, but the car does. We witnessed what happened, but we did not directly experience what happened. That's the most important lesson in the history of your life, because that right there will stop all of your suffering. That's how God created you. Your physical body is the car. That's it. Your spirit is the driver of the car. Whatever you think happened to you that has traumatized you happened to the car. Now, go back to that McDonald's example. You're going to be upset that they egged your car. And let's just say it's a brand new car. You've only had the car for a few days. In fact, you met me at the McDonald's just to show me your new car. So you're like, Coach, I can't believe they did that to me. Coach, I'm so upset. And we get that part. But you're not hurt, beloved. Nothing happened to you. Now we're going to go to the local car wash and we're going to get the car cleaned, and then everything is going to be fine. But nothing happened to you. And then every time you get on the phone and you call one of your friends and you tell them that story about those kids walking up and throwing eggs at your car, you're going to upset yourself again. The story that you keep telling yourself about what happened is what's producing your trauma. Trauma doesn't come from the experience. Trauma comes from the story that we repeat about the experience. And it's important for you to understand that. That's what produces trauma. No experience produces trauma. Trauma comes from the story. And you over obsessing about the story. That's what produces your trauma. And so when you're sitting and you're thinking about it one more time, this is just your car, beloved. But as long as you keep identifying as your physical body, you identify as your thoughts. You think you are what you believe. You think you are the thoughts you entertain. No, you are the one that witnesses your thoughts. You are the one that witnesses your belief. You are the one that witnesses everything, but you never experience anything directly. Your source energy. I'm not telling you anything that you can't Google right now. You are source energy. There's not a single human being in human history that has ever seen the real you. Only God can see the real you. I can't see it. The people at NASA can't see it. There's not a scientist in the world that can see it. Not only can we not see it, we can't touch it. We can't hurt it. You can't hurt source energy. You can't create source energy. It never dies because it was never born. So you need to understand that. All of your suffering is happening in your mind. It's not happening because of what happened in reality. It's not happening because of what happened in all of your yesterdays. It's coming from the story that you keep telling yourself about what happened in all of your yesterdays. You produce your pain. You produce your suffering. You produce the trauma. Spirit, body experiences pain. Spirit experiences the body, and spirit needs to experience the body because spirit needs to be able to identify people that are suffering. That's the only way that spirit knows what suffering is, because it knows what's happening to the physical body. But you, when you lack self-awareness, you just identify as the body and you say, they hurt me, they touched me, they did something inappropriate to me. You're identifying with something that you're not, beloved. And as long as you do that, You're going to continue to suffer. One more time. Body experiences pain. Spirit experiences body. Spirit never experiences anything directly. God would never allow it. This is why you have the body, so that the body can experience all of that, because the body heals itself. The story is what cuts you, not what happened to the body. And until you understand that, you'll continue to suffer. Until you fully understand that mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you'll suffer. You have never changed. Never in the history of your life, since the day you were born, you have never changed. Has your physical body changed? Let me qualify it. I'm going to qualify that you're a divine being right now in this moment. Right now in this moment. I'm going to qualify my whole point. I like to qualify things. I could change your name right now. Spirit doesn't change. You're going to still be the same person. I could change your religion right now. Spirit doesn't change. Spirit doesn't identify with any of that. You're going to still be the same person. I could change where you live, put you on some other continent. Spirit doesn't change. Spirit, you're going to still be the same person. I could remove your arms and remove your legs. Spirit doesn't change. You're going to still be the same person. I could change your political beliefs. Spirit doesn't change. It's going to be the same person. I could change every single thing about you. And spirit never changes. It's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's the only thing in your life that doesn't change, because it's here to witness change. It's here to impart change. It's here to impact people. That's what it's here for. You never change. You can change your name right now. Spirit remains the same. You can change your political beliefs. Spirit remains the same. You can get a divorce or you can get married. Spirit stays the same. You can have a baby. Spirit stays the same. The spirit never changes. Since the day you were born, it's been the same. It's timeless. It's ageless. It never changes. It doesn't have beliefs. It doesn't have thoughts. It witnesses those things, but it doesn't have those things. Spirit is the only version of you that communes with God, period. It gets all of its orders directly from God, not from man, not from your pastor, not from your church. Doesn't care about any of that. You are more powerful than every structure on this planet that has ever been created, because you come directly from God. Everything else is man-made. And the day you fully understand that, man, you're going to be lethal. Lethal. What you want in your life is people that are helping you to become unlocked. That's it. That's all. Cages and keys, baby. Cages and keys. That's all I want in my life. I want the people that are in the cages, because that gives me an opportunity to help them become unlocked. I want the people that represent the keys, because that gives them the ability to help me become unlocked. I need cages and keys in my life. That's it. I don't need problems. I don't need people that project their pain onto me. I don't need disrespect. I don't need people that say one thing in my face and then talk behind my back. I need cages and keys, baby. That's it. Cages and keys. Give me all of the cages, because that gives my spirit something to do. Give me all of the keys, because the keys help you become unlocked. Every single person represents a key, and every single person has the potential to represent a cage. That's it. It's just cages and cages. That's all there is. All of the people that hurt you were cages. They were people that hadn't become unlocked themselves. So the only thing that they could do was project that pain on you, because they had been suppressed. They weren't unlocked yet, beloved. That's it. That's all. Now you can sit here and have all this resentment in your heart. You can walk around with all this anger. You can hate your parents, but they were just in a cage themselves. And that cage is made up of their own thoughts. That cage is made up of their programming and conditioning. That cage is made up of their pain. That cage is made up of their suffering. They were living in their own prison. What are you upset about? There's nothing to be upset about. There's no one to blame. You can point the finger all day long. There's no one to blame. No one to blame. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. The day you realize there's no one to blame. There's no one to blame. Anyone that has ever hurt you was in a cage, and God knows that. Now, you can blame them all day long if you just want to have all this resentment in your heart. Elaine, I appreciate that, beloved. If you just want to have all this resentment in your heart, this anger in your heart, you want to operate at the lowest vibrational frequency, you want to think that I lost this person and they stopped loving me and this person didn't believe in me. These people are all in cages, and you got to understand that. You want the keys. I'm looking for the keys, but I'm also looking for the cages. And that's what makes life beautiful, and that's what makes it powerful. Because that's what gives my life meaning, but that's what gives your life meaning as well. There's so many people, that homeless man around the corner that we pass by, that person is in that cage. That single mother, she's in that cage. You got to understand that. Got to understand that. The cage is made up of your own thoughts. It's made up of your own beliefs. It's made up of your opinions and your assumptions. It's made up of your prejudices. It's made up of your programming and conditioning. It's made up of everything. And here's the thing, it's like solid steel. So that's why God will put certain people in your life, and that person will represent a key. And that key will get you unlocked. You don't owe that person anything after that. It's not about that. It's the same way someone unlocked me. Someone unlocked me. I got unlocked. And so how you know that person is self-aware is because the moment you become unlocked, you can't wait to start unlocking other people. That's how you know if you really are self-aware. The moment that you truly become self-aware, man, you can't wait. That's all you're thinking about. I eat, sleep, and breathe this. It's 24/7. That's how you know, because you're looking to help other people become unlocked, because you know what it was like when you were in the cage. But if you've gotten out of your cage, so you think, and you just walking around and all these people that's in their cages, then you're not self-aware. Because the first mindset is and that might be you write a book, that might be you do some course, you start recording content, you start public speaking, you want to start helping people get out of their cage. You're going to do something. You ain't gonna just be sitting at home watching Netflix all day. Oh, I'm unlocked, but I'm not interested in helping anybody else. That's cap. That's your ego. You still got a spiritual ego. That's your ego masquerading as self-awareness. You're not self-aware yet. You're not self-aware until you're really thinking about what impact can I have on the world? How can I take what I know and be able to help other people with it? How can I take the gift that is me and be able to help other people with it? And then that's another thing. When you become self-aware, ain't no more low vibrational relationship. You ain't tolerate none of that. You don't do the disrespect anymore. See, people think that self-awareness is what makes you soft. No, self-awareness is what makes you hard. You talking about when you become God's soldier for real. You want to talk about a spiritual gangster? Ain't nothing soft about self-awareness. You got that twisted if that's what you think. We don't do all that turn the other cheek. That was Dr. King and them. We don't do that. When you become self-aware, no, it's not about that. It's about get off when you get mad at. You put people in a place where they need to be put. Because you're not here for people. You're not here to impress people. You're not here to shrink in the face of people. You're not here to lower tone, turn down the volume on your voice because you got this person in your life. Not hell no. Because that's why you hear. Your voice is your power. That's all you got is your voice. So the moment I turned that down, I lost all power. Think about what I'm saying. That's all I got is my voice. Your voice is your medicine. What you mean? Your voice is what speaks for your wounds. It's what speaks for your pain. It's what speaks for your story. It's what speaks for everything you've been through. What you mean you turned it down? For who? Who's become that important that you turning the volume on your voice down for? Who's become that important that you're not showing up as the most authentic version of yourself? Who we trying to impress? I need to meet that person. I'm sorry. I need to meet the person that you didn't put on a pedestal in your mind that becomes so powerful in your mind that you're willing to become some lesser version of yourself so you can hang on to them. Please introduce me to that person. It's got to be Jesus. It's got to be Jesus. Ain't no way in hell that I'm going to stop being the version of myself that God created so that I can be what this person needs me to be. And I don't mind losing me so that I can hang on to them. I need to meet that person. I just want to shake their hand. I ain't going to say a word to them. I just want to shake their hand. That part right there, Queen, your voice is that's all you got. Hell, you can lead more people with your voice than you ever could with a gun. And a gun is a powerful thing. I don't know too many things more powerful than a gun, but your voice is 10 times more powerful. That gun gonna only move a certain amount of people. Your voice can move the world. Can't move the world with no gun, but you can move it with your voice. I appreciate that, Kaz. I love you too, beloved. You understand what I'm saying? You can move the world with your voice. You can only move a handful of people with your, because at some point in time, the people that's sitting there with you got the gun pointed at the people. At some point in time, they're gonna figure out, let's just all rush that person. If we all rush that person, he can't get everybody. And at some point in time, they're gonna get that gun out your hand. But your voice can move the world. Wish I would turn down my voice. And I bet you wouldn't do it when you was around me. I don't give a damn who you think you love. We ain't doing that. We're not going to do that right there. No, we're not going to do that. That's all you got. All right, I'm going to set my mic down. What's up, Kent? So good to see you, family. That part right there, Rika, man, I need your voice to move the world. That's all I'm saying. And we can't do that if you turning it down and then you get around this person. I'm gonna turn it down when I get around that person. No, shake the ground when you walk. That's what God created you to do. Man, go shake the ground. Walk in the room like I sent you personally. Sit down at that table like I sent you personally. So you shake the ground when you walk. Everywhere you go, you shake the ground when you walk. I don't give a damn what's in your pocket. I don't care if you got an eviction notice on your door. I don't care if your credit score is all the way down at the bottom. I don't care if there's no money in your bank account. Shake the ground when you walk. None of those things are reflective of who you are. None of those things are reflective of what God created and put in you. None of them. Those things are all reflections of a decision that you made in all of your yesterdays. Wonderful. Yesterday does not apply today. So we're not going to score ourselves on yesterday's wins or losses. We're focused on who we are right now. That's the only thing that matters is who we are in this moment. We don't give a damn about who we were in the previous moment. We ain't got time for that. The same way that yesterday doesn't have time for you, we don't have time for yesterday. Tomorrow's not bothering you. Let's stop bothering tomorrow. Let's focus on you mastering today because it's the only thing that matters. What we do today, because my today is building my tomorrow. The version of me that shows up today, all that work shows up in my tomorrow. So if I don't master my today, my tomorrow won't look any different than my today looks. And I can't have that. I told you guys earlier, you use yesterday as your mirror. Yesterday is only the measuring stick to show you how far you've come, to show you how far you've grown. That's what you look. Every now and then you glance back at yesterday. Every now and then you glance back at the past, just like when you climb in that mountain. Every now and then you look down. You look down to show yourself how far you've come. That's what you use your past for. Your past is there to only show you how far you've come, beloved. Not as something that you punish yourself with. I wish I wouldn't have did this, and I wish all them stories is creating pain. No more stories. We ain't got time for the stories. No more stories about what you should have done and what you didn't do, and I should have left earlier, and how did I not know? If you had the information that you have right now, you would have made a better decision back then. You didn't have that information, so we're not going to punish you for what you didn't know back then. We're going to punish, you only get punished for what you failed to know right now. It's what you failed to learn today that's going to punish you, not what you didn't know in all your yesterdays. That part right there, a lot of we don't tell stories no more. We ain't got time for that. Old people sit on the porch and tell stories all day. We don't have time for that because we understand that emotions ride the wave of stories. That's the problem. Every time you tell yourself a story about what you don't like about your life or what's missing, or what's not there, or I wish I would have and I shouldn't have, I don't even talk about the stories anymore. I'm so locked into the moment, I don't give a damn about a story. If you're going to tell yourself a story, tell yourself stories about where you're going. Tell yourself stories about who you are becoming. Tell yourself stories about the life you are building. If you're going to become a master storyteller, tell yourself them type of stories. Stop telling yourself stories about what's missing. Stop telling yourself stories about what you don't like. Stop telling yourself stories about who stopped loving you. If you're going to tell yourself a story, tell yourself one that empowers you, not one that deflates you. That's the only way that a negative emotion can be in your life, is because you have to tell yourself a story. Try it. I'm giving you universal truth right now. It's humanly impossible for you to experience a negative emotion without first telling yourself a story. You got to create a story first. So if I stop telling myself stories, I don't experience negative emotions anymore. No story, no stress. No story, no depression. No story, no unhappiness. No story, no anxiety. All of these negative emotions are coming from some story that you tell yourself about the situation or some previous situation or some future situation. All of them. Once I mastered that, oh, it was game over. I just stopped telling stories, and I don't even know. I haven't seen fear in so long. I got an APB out on fear right now. I got an APB out on fear right now. I'm fear missing. Damn, God, bring fear back. Let me just hang out with fear. I'm gonna give fear the biggest hug when I see fear again. I'm gonna be so happy to see fear. Fear, I ain't seeing you in forever, because I don't tell stories anymore that create the fear. You got to tell yourself a story first. Telling you, I got an APB out on fear right now. I ain't seen fear in so long. All points bulletin. Where fear at? Fear gone. This is just self-mastery. That's all it is. All right, let me put my mic down there. That part right there, Raven. Come on, Raven. We about to change the world, Raven. We're going to change the world, Raven. We the baddest things. I mean, come on, we the baddest things walking. Baddest thing walking. You ain't even qualify that. That lion can't put you in no cage, but you can put him in one. I need to say that again. That lion, a bad boy. I don't know too many things colder than that boy. That lion is a bad boy, but that lion can't put you in no cage for his entertainment, but you can put him in one for yours. So what that tell you? For as powerful as he is, he can't outthink you. Yeah, he might be stronger than you. He may even be faster than you, but he can't outthink you. God put you in a position where nothing can outthink you. Your brain is what makes you powerful. You knowing who you are is what makes you powerful. You standing in your spiritual energy is what makes you powerful. You understanding that you are the divine in human form is what makes you powerful. That lion can't do nothing to you. But what you can do, put that bad boy in a cage. You my entertainment now. Let me sit here and watch you. You eat when I say you eat. You can put that elephant in that cage. You can put that giraffe in that cage. You can put that crocodile in that cage. It's called the zoo. I ain't never seen a human zoo, but I've seen one when it comes to these animals. That's how powerful you are. Nothing on this planet is more powerful than you. All right. That part right there, Elaine, is called the circus. That part right there, you the experience. All right. Let me shut it down. Real quick,